Today I'll discuss with you understanding quadrilateral. Now before starting this, you should know a few things like a plane surface. What is a plane surface? So any surface like paper is a plane surface. Now after that, you know what is a curve, plane curve. So a plane curve is when we get a curve by joining the number of points. If you have taken so many points and you are joining these points without lifting your pencil, is a plane curve. So the plane curve can be open and it can be closed also. So this open curve, here you can see these are the examples of open curve. You can see this part is open. So these curves are open curves. See, all these are closed curve. The figure is closed. So these are the closed curves. Now the next topic is polygons. So the closed curves, which are made up of line segments only, are called the polygon. This is not the example of a polygon. Now let's see the classification of polygons. So minimum three lines are needed to make a closed figure. So here, if the number of sides are 3, then the name of that polygon is triangle. The same way, if 4, it is known as quadrilateral. So for 5, it is pentagon. For 6, it is hexagon. For 7, it is heptagon. And for 8, it is octagon. Now, and for n, it is known as n-gon. The next one is diagonals. Now, all the closed figures have diagonal also. So let's see what is that diagonal. So any line segment which connects the two non-consecutive vertex of a polygon is called diagonals. Two non-consecutive means this is your first vertex, this is your second vertex. So you don't have to take the second one, you will take the third one. Okay. So but here in the triangle, if you join that one, so it will give you the side of the polygon only, that is the side of the triangle. So in triangle there are 0 diagonals. Okay, now in the quadrilateral we can see this is your first, you don't have to take the second, take the third one. So here this is the third one, so line joining these two, this is the diagonal. So the line which connects the two non-consecutive vertex of the polygon is the diagonal. So in the quadrilateral you can see there are 4 sides and 2 diagonals. In pentagon, the same way, you can get 5 diagonals. Now you have one formula also to find out when the number of sides in a polygon is n, then the diagonals of a polygon is also given by a formula. That formula is, here see this one, n into number of diagonals is given by n into n minus 3 by 2. Okay, so here n is number of sides. Suppose you have to find out number of diagonals in hexagon, so just n will be how much? 6. So you can put here 6 and you'll get the value of the diagonal 9. There will be 9 diagonals in a hexagon. You see this one, you can see here also there are 9 diagonals. So you can use this formula to find out number of diagonals in any polygon. Now the next topic is interior and exterior of a closed figure. So you can see I have taken a figure, and now the blue part you can see here in this figure, this blue part is known as the interior, and this blue part, this is the exterior of the figure. Now the next topic is a convex polygon. If the diagonals are inside, then it is known as convex polygon. Okay, the diagonals are always inside, so this is a convex polygon. Now for the concave polygon, the reverse will be there, like the diagonals, those polygons which have diagonals outside of the figure. Now see in this figure, you can see this is A, B, C, D, this is the figure. So this is one of the diagonal, and the other diagonal, you can see the other diagonal is, see it is BD, this one is outside. So that's why it is a concave polygon. Now see the next one. The next one is regular and irregular polygon. This is also important. The polygon which are equiangular and equilateral are called regular polygon. Means if all the sides of the polygons are equal and all the angles are also equal, then that polygon is known as regular polygon. The example of regular polygon, the 3-sided polygon, is known as equilateral triangle. All the sides are equal, so it is known as equilateral triangle. And 4-sided figure, it will be a square, because in square all the sides are equal and each angle is 90 degree. Now the next one is irregular polygon. Irregular polygons means when the sides are not equal, sides and angles are not equal, then it is a irregular polygon. Like this triangle, you can see all the three sides are different. Now the rectangle is also an example of irregular polygon. This topic is angle sum properties. You can find out sum of all the angles in any polygon with this formula, n minus 2 into 180 degree, where n is the number of sides of a polygon. I will use this formula also. I'll tell you in the different figures. Like in triangle, number of sides are 3, so you can use this formula, that is n minus 2 into 180. So it is 3 minus 2 180, you will get 180. For quadrilateral, 4 minus 2 into 180, it will be 360. So you can use this formula. So this property is actually applicable to both convex and concave polygons. The next topic is sum of the measures of the exterior angle of the polygon. So that sum of exterior angle is equals to 360. Now here I've taken some examples, so you can see these examples. Now see this first one. Here all the angles are 60 degree, means it is a equilateral triangle. So exterior angles are 120 120. The sum of these two is 120 into 3, so sum will be 360. Now see in this square, you can see exterior angles are 90, and 90 into 4 360. So the same way, now in this also you can verify it. Now this is also applicable to irregular polygon also. So the sum will remain the same whether it is regular polygon or irregular polygon. The next topic is quadrilateral. So any closed polygon with 4 sides and 4 angles and 4 vertex are known as quadrilateral. Now it can be regular or irregular. Regular and irregular I've told already. If all the sides are equal, regular. If all the sides are not equal, then it is irregular quadrilateral. Sum of the interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360. Sum of the exterior angle is also 360 degree. Now sum of the interior angle, you can use this formula also in few sums. Interior angle plus exterior angle equals to 180 degree. Let me explain that one. So suppose we have this figure. Okay, so here suppose this is x, this is the interior angle, this is y, this is the exterior angle. So sum of these x plus y will be equals to 180. So you can use this also in few questions. Now let's see the kind of quadrilateral. So there are different type of quadrilateral on the basis of the nature of the sides and their angles. The first one I'm taking is the trapezium. So in a quadrilateral, it has one pair of parallel sides is known as trapezium. Now in this figure, AD and BC both are parallel. Okay, so it is a trapezium. Now in some cases, when this AB is equals to DC, means the non-parallel sides are equal, that time it is known as isosceles trapezium. The next figure is kite. So in the kite, the adjacent sides are equal. So as you can see here, this side will be equals to this one, and this side will be equals to this one. So these adjacent sides are equal. In the kite, the two diagonals are perpendicular to each other, and one of the diagonal bisect the one another. That means these two bisect each other at 90 degree, and this side means OA will be equals to OC. And here angle A will be equals to C. This A will be equals to C, but B will not equals to D. So these are the properties of a kite. The next topic is parallelogram. In the parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. So this is a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. Now in the parallelogram, opposite angles are also equal. The diagonals are not equal. Now let's see, the next one is parallelogram. Now in parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Now the side AD and DC, these are called the adjacent sides. And the same way, the angle A and D are also known as the adjacent angle. Okay, and opposite sides, so you know, will be AD and BC. Now here the opposite angles are equal. That means angle A will be equals to angle C, and sum of the adjacent angles will be how much? The sum of adjacent angle will be. The next topic is properties of a parallelogram. So I've told already, the opposite sides of a parallelogram will always be equal. The opposite angles of a parallelogram will always be equal. The two diagonals bisect each other, means AE will be equals to EC and D equals to EB. Okay. Now there are some special parallelogram as well. These are the rhombus. When all the four sides are equal, then it is called a rhombus. And in rhombus, all the sides are equal, opposite angles are equal. Now there are some properties in a rhombus, that the rhombus has all the properties of parallelogram and the kite. So here an angle of 90 degree is there at the point of intersection of the diagonals, and all the sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal, like in the parallelogram. So all the properties, it follows all the properties of kite and a parallelogram. The next one is rectangle. So all of you know that rectangle, each angle is 90 degree, opposite sides are equal, and the diagonals are also equal. There is just this difference between a rectangle and a parallelogram, that few properties matches, like opposite angles are equal, opposite sides are equal, diagonals bisect each other. But the last one, diagonals of our rectangles are equal, but the diagonals of a parallelogram are not equal. So this is the only difference in a rectangle and a square. Now the same way, the difference between a square and a rhombus is also same. The diagonals are not equal in rhombus, and the diagonals are equal in a square. So this is very important difference between these two, and the other properties are just same.